accounting system. You're probably familiar with Xero, spelled Xero, receipt management. Morning guys, so we are back in for another episode of the daily CEO Diaries. Short one today. Just wanted to talk about how I structure my week. I stopped doing this. Recently went on the mastermind and was reminded of how powerful this is. If you haven't tried it and you're a business owner, I would definitely give it a go. And that is free focus and buffer days. So I learned about this in the book 10X. I would highly recommend that. It's a Dan Sullivan book, but it's narrated by Benjamin Hardy, I think. So he kind of takes some of the concepts that Dan Sullivan has and distills them and makes them kind of easier to understand and gives you real life examples of those. So free, focused and buffer days are, for example, on a Monday, I might want to get my head down and work on a project and be really focused. However, the reality is I've got Saturday, Sunday, bits missed from last week, little to-dos, little action items, personal bits to clear off from the weekend. And so it is really difficult to sit down and focus all day because your choice is get a 2 or 4 hour block of focus work in and then have that stuff to do later on. Do that stuff first, use up all your mental energy, and then have to try and sit down and focus later on. Yes, it does depend on like when you like to work in the daytime. Are you someone that works in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? But generally speaking, the concept of mixing your days between focused work, admin, calls, team meetings, and these kind of things, they're just different kind of flows. So what Dan Sullivan recommends is having 3 days, which for me would be Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes I'll take Friday as well. Focus days, which is where you do not have team meetings, sales calls, interruptions to your flow and your routine. And then days like today, buffer days, which for me are days where I am clearing off a mixture of personal and business action items. I've got stuff to do with my football team. I've got stuff to do personally around the house, being a dad, being a husband. I've got a couple of bits to put on Vinted because my wardrobe's full, for example. I've got some leads to follow up. I've got a couple of small bits for clients that have come on board recently to help them with. For example, one of my clients asked me about hiring offshore. Should they use a BPO, as in should they pay a company to do the whole process for them? My advice is no, hire directly. So I'm going to go back with some instructions on that. Just lots of little things which actually probably add up, because I've listed them all down, put them in priority order and estimated the time to complete for each one, add up roughly to a day. But the cool thing about that is then I can clear my diary for tomorrow. I can wake up tomorrow, hit the gym early, which is a new routine, come back for 9, and I've got 9 to 5 to do probably 3 2-hour focus work blocks on the business, on a project, and you can get much more done doing it that way rather than trying to combine your days. Tomorrow I will have no meetings, no admin, no personal to-dos. If there are things that come up, I will just batch those into the following day, Wednesday, which would be a buffer day. So for now I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday as buffer days, Tuesday, Thursday as focus days, and really trying to get my head down. I've switched slightly now because I felt like last week I got back from the mastermind, I just didn't have enough time to get momentum on the things I wanted to do off the back of the mastermind. I don't know whether you've ever had that, but you go to a coaching call, or you have a meeting with your mentor, or you go to a mastermind, and it's brilliant. And then you come back into the business and you've got this team member needs this client needs this, your kids need this, your wife needs this, and it kind of takes over. And I felt like that last week, and I don't want to let another week go by where I don't make a significant effort to make progress on the learnings and the action items off the back of the mastermind. So get up 5:30ish, gym 6 till 7:30ish, back, shower, breakfast, although I couldn't eat breakfast today because I'd run out of oats, so I've been to buy some oats, only the best. And sometimes you just need a day to decompress. This weekend was super hectic with Jackson's birthday. We had MJPL Junior Premier League on Saturday, football party Saturday afternoon, Sunday League, not Sunday League, Sunday grassroots under-9s football for my team, Sunday afternoon family party, about an hour and a half to chill, watch TV last night, and then straight down. So you're not really having any relaxation or solo time. So a buffer day on a Monday after a busy weekend is perfect. You might want to have Tuesday and Thursday as buffer days. And buffer is like, it can be your in the business time, your focus days. You should be on the business, working on projects, even things like creating content. Those day-to-day type of activities, those are buffer day activities. Focus activities are where you get your head down and you really try and drive forward on a project, create new things. It's not sitting there emailing leads. It's rewriting the structure process to automate the chasing of leads, for example. So sometimes it's hard to define, but I would recommend getting the book, or even just getting the audio summary, or on YouTube. If you go on YouTube and look up 10x book, there are a load of free, really good videos that basically give you all the information that's in the book for free. So what's quite nice about this is Dan Sullivan's mastermind is an expensive paid mastermind. So a lot of his content for businesses that are 0 to 1 million, or even 0 to 2 million, is free, because what he wants to do is put all of that out there and get you to know and love his philosophies, practices, teachings, so that when you get into the 2 Comma Club, you're going to go and join his mastermind, his Scaling Up mastermind. I think it's called Scaling Up. And it really works. He's great. It really, really works. And it's great for individual CEOs who are just looking for that bit of help. So yeah, takeaway for today's video is try free, focused and buffer days. Let me know how you get on. If you want more clarification on what those are, drop me a comment on the video, or like I said, go and put 10x book into YouTube and watch some of those videos. For all of this to work, and I'll cover this on a future video, you need to have a 1-page business plan in place. You need to have a 90-day sprint plan where you're defining what your on the business projects are. You need to have clear financial goals. You need to track your financials so you can measure your progress against those goals. And all that comes into having a really great accountant who can support you with your finances, your strategy and your tax planning, so you get more out for every unit of hard work that you're putting in. So now I am off to make breakfast, do some food prep. So my food is actually prepped this week and I'm not running around thinking about what I'm going to eat. Finally, get my training back on track, get my water for the day all out and in my office. And then for my buffer day plan today, I'll be sitting down first, using my productivity planner to plan out the priorities for the week, and then ticking off, like I said, clients first, because I've got some new clients that have come on board that need a few little bits from me. Team second, connecting with the team and making sure that they have a clear plan for the week and they are executing what I think they should be executing, and I've answered any of their roadblocks or done Q&A with them. They're all set. And then the afternoon will be more geared towards clearing off personal to-dos. For example, putting a Canada Goose coat onto Vinted, which I cannot get into anymore, thanks to my coach, who's put 10 kilos on my frame, and it's just sitting there. So that could be cash that I could access to put back into my business or put into a high interest savings account. So that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of the daily CEO Diaries, guys. Bit bleary-eyed because I'm getting used to getting up at 5:30 a.m. Let me know how you get on, and I will see you in the next one.